Hello everyone and welcome to CloudyML. So in this video we are going to discuss one of the intermediate interview question which was asked in Tata Technologies. So this question has been forwarded by one of our subscribers. So this question is generally you can think of this question as a intermediate easy to intermediate question which can be asked in a company. If you are like having if you are having around 1 to 2 years of experience, you can think of this question like that. And this question in terms is pretty simple, but it's bit technical. So you have to understand this question properly before doing this. And there is a very standard approach using window functions, which you can easily try to just uh, put forth that solution, because other methods are a bit elongated and lengthy. And window functions provides a great efficiency on doing such kind of problems which requires moving windows or sliding windows kind of a question. So the question is, in this case, is find the 3-day rolling average from the below table. So this is a table. This is a transactions table where you have got your transaction IDs, which is a primary key, and you have got your product ID. In this case, I have kept the product ID simple, one product ID, but you can consider that you have a very big table where you have multiple product IDs. And what you can do is, you have got your spend written up in against each of the product. Means probably you have given a sales, or this product has been sold uh, for 100 rupees, or number of this products would have been sold for 100 rupees. Then in the next month 150 rupees was sold. One for 150 rupees sales was taken from selling this product, then 200, and like this. So this has got transaction dates around it. Near to this is a transaction date. And now this is daily transaction date. So you will have multiple dates, and all the dates will have a granularity of 1 day. Means it will be per day transaction is happening. Okay, just consider this as a scenario where you are in a retail shop and you have multiple items, multiple products, multiple SKUs, and consider that a particular product ID or particular SKU with product ID of 123 424 has been sold many times in this particular day. Let's say this day is 1st of October. It has been sold 5 to 6 times, and it has been taken by different customers. The total sales it provided to the shopkeeper is rupees 100. This is an aggregated sales which has been received from selling this product for this particular day, right? Similarly, for different products, different sales would be uh, taken, but of different aggregated sales will be taken on this particular 1st October. Okay. And similarly, for the 2nd October, the same product was sold for 150 rupees, then 200 rupees, 250 rupees. And now probably because the number of sales is fluctuating. In this case, the scenario is pretty simple. I have taken it as increasing because it can provide you with more intuition. But consider the scenario where the sales are the variance of your sales is a lot more. Like someday like 5 of this product has been sold, in the next day 2 of this product has been sold, in the other day 15 of this product has been sold. So there is a lot of variance in this. So you don't want to actually if somebody asks you that what is your average sales for this product, so if you would say that okay, I have an average sales of 10, but then the variance is more. Sometimes you are selling only one of this product, and someday you are selling 100 of this product. So if you're saying that average sales is 100, that would not be providing you a very good picture. So probably in this case, the companies, what they tend to smooth out their average. And moving average or rolling average is one of the smoothing techniques, where they say that okay, I'll be not taking an average, is like average on an average per day how much of this product is giving you the sales. But if you increase that window of 1 day to probably 3 day or 4 days, sometimes it also happens that company also provides 7 days or a weekly rolling sales average. Because of the high variance, we don't want to um, give you a figure which might not be justified on a random sampling or random audit. So that's why we tend to smooth out the sales. So this is where this product this question comes handy. So how do we solve this? Obviously we will use MySQL workbench to do this. And I have already created this table, daily transactions, with an transaction id of primary key, transaction id as a primary key, which is of an integer data type, product id which is an integer, spend is in the decimal 102, transaction date is of a date time, is of a date data type. And then I have inserted the same values which I have shown in this clip here. This is the same values. So this is what we have done. And you can look at the entire rows of this. So you have got around 7 rows, and this is the transaction id, product id, spend, and transaction type. The way we have to approach this is, when, because why I'm emphasizing for this this kind of question, you have to use window function, because window function will provide you with much more flexibility. And particularly for these all cases, it is very efficient, though there are other methods to do that also. But then you have to also think that which method could be more efficient in doing this. So window function, it provides you that window of, the partitioning, the when you partition by different product id, you tend to get that entire compartment with you, that entire window with you, to traverse, to do different kinds of aggregations. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. So now what we are going to do in this case is, we will select every column. We will select all of this. I would say transaction ID, product ID, spend, transaction date. I'll select every one of this. So because the question was asked in a very generic way, that's why I'm choosing this. But this such kind of question would be asked many times for easy to intermediate interviewing sessions. So I am selecting the entire star, means entire columns I'm returning, or I'm selecting. And then of I'll also include an other column, an extra column, which will have my rounded average. So this is where this is where you will be getting the insight how you can do it. So the first of all, what we have to do is, we have to round it to 2 decimal places. This, because this has been shown, okay, it has not been given here, but then just consider it as you are rounding it to 2 decimal places, whatever moving average you are getting. But before rounding, I can simply use an average. This is an average function, avg, average function. And what I would want to do is, I want to get the average spend, because spend is my column, average spend. And then the window function will require an over clause. And in this over clause, what you can do is, now you will be partition by, because you might have multiple product id. In this case, we only have one product id, which I have taken for simplicity. But ideally you will have multiple product id, so you want to generate multiple traversing windows to do an aggregation. So that's why I'll say partition by product id. And order by is also important in this particular case, because guys, you have to understand, if you don't use order by, it might the window which you create for each product id might be randomly ordered. And when you are calculating moving average or rolling average or whatever it is, sliding window concepts and everything, you have to make sure that whatever window you are traversing in, it should be with respect to your ascending granularity. So in this case, the granularity is days. So you have to make sure that it has been ordered by the transaction date, because otherwise the average which you will calculate will go wrong. And transaction ordering transaction date means it will be ordered in an ascending order, because it's a by default behavior. So if a transaction has happened on 1, so it will show first row as 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then you will be calculating the moving average. Otherwise, what will happen, let's say if you have got the transaction, the total transaction for the third day, then you are getting the total transaction of the fifth day, then you are getting the total transactions happened on first day, and if you are taking these three values to calculate your average, obviously your average will go wrong. So in this case, we have to make sure that you are ordering it by the transaction days, and you have to use this because you are using it as a window of 3 day, right? So that's why you have to use this part, that you have to take the rows between. It's simple English statement. You have to take rows between two preceding, means two preceding, means when you are in current row, you have to take two of the preceding rows, and the current row also, current row also. And this is how you will be calculating the average. Then you can round it to two decimal places if you want. Not necessary. If you are asked to do that, please round it to whatever decimal places you are asked to. And this you can give an alias as rolling 3 day average. This is what you can do. And this is a kind of a select statement which we will be selecting from the daily transactions. Daily transactions. And then what we will do, the final figure what we will get, we will again order this by the transaction date. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is the solution. And now if I can run this, just look at this now. So you have got the first day average. The first day is 100 because you have got the sales of 100, then 150. So you have got 100 plus 150 is 250. 250 divided by 2 in this case is 125. That's why the average is 125 in this case. For the third case, you have 200. So 200 plus 250 was 450. uh, yeah, 150, 250, 350, 450, and 450 divided by 3, so it has got us 150. Okay, this has got us again 150. So this is what it is, taking moving average. Now you can see in this case 250 again. So now what it is doing, 250, uh yeah, so this is 1 day average, this is 2 day average, this is 3 day average. And now if you look at this, 100 plus 150 is 250, 350, 450, 450, 500, 600, 700. If you divide it, in this case you are not dividing by 4. In this case you are only taking these three values. In the first case you are taking these three values here, and now in this case you are taking 150 plus 200 plus 250. So 250 plus 150 becomes 400, and plus 200 is 600. That's why you see 200 here. Okay, then you again take the three values here. So 300 plus 200 plus 250 divided by 3, is 250. So this is how it will now go on. Okay, in this case you got the first value as 100, because if you go below two rows you'd have nulls, because of this you can see here when I have written that you have to go rows between two preceding. So what are two preceding rows from 100? 0. So that's why I have got 100. What is the two preceding of 150? You don't have two preceding, you have only one preceding and the current row. So that's why 150 divided by 100 and divided by 150 plus 100 is 250 plus 0 divided by 2. Divided by 2, this is what we did. And now when I go to this 200, now you have got the actual 3-day moving average. In this case you have got 150, like this. Similarly, when you will go to again below this 250, then you get two preceding rows and one current row. So I hope you are getting my point. The point is that you have to take in each of the window, you have to take the preceding two rows and the current row and calculate the average of it, and that average will be shown here. And now if somebody will ask you what is the average sales you are doing for this particular product, instead of saying 1 day average, you could now say that our 3-day moving average is around, let's say at the end of this is around 350. So this is like 3-day moving average, so 350. So this is a kind of a smoothing technique also. So I hope you have got our point and you are liking this video, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe to CloudyML. Thank you.